All right, Justice back. Gonna give us some thoughts on Tyler's approach here.
Yeah, we studied him versus Akla because that was the most recent set. So, how can you hear me?
You're
Perfectly.
good. You're good. Yeah. That's the
Did
set where
you
Akla was
study-
taunting a bunch, and then Hungrybox made the comeback, right? Yeah.
We thought it would be really good to watch him like play good, you know. So,
Yeah.
Did you at all practice how to not get sucked into a reality-altering mind technique?
Yeah, okay, so it's like a lot of it is mental. It's like funny that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
It's really important to hold center, but figure out. We talked about when you can actually dash under Hbox. Just being under up is like the best position you can possibly be in for Fox. And he had trouble with doing that. Looking pretty good so far. So I'm really excited to see how he implements it. Like throwing out some up tilts while you're under her so she can't land on top of you for free.
But what's the plan to deal with Hungrybox's mind games?
No. I think that was a perfect answer. He acknowledged it and then just changed the topic. That's what you have to do. As soon as you get interested, then Hungrybox is already winning.
Hbox tries to pull you out of the game. He tries to make it about his mental
That's why my answer is he follows his game.
You go back into the game. You go deeper into the game.
He follows his gameplay.
Yeah. That's actually the perfect answer.
What do I do about this mind altering?
Right.
Play. It's just another Jigglypuff on the screen.
Yeah. As soon as you give Hbox that credence, that power, you've already lost.
You ask me, I think Tyler needs to work on his mind games.
I think you might be right, Hugo.
I hated that term when I started. I thought that is so stupid.
That was legit strategy.
Yeah,
like,
no, it was.
You pay for coaching back in 2004, and your coach will literally be like, yeah, honestly, you're pretty good, but your mind games need work.
Yeah, your mind games are weak. Like, what?
Oh, thanks, dude. And no, people would take it. They're like, yeah, that's actually good advice. I do need to work on that.
Okay, one thing we did not talk about, I don't think we should have started Crown. We didn't talk about that. I think that Dan does really good with the rim. Tyler Ship does really good with the rim. So I think that this will be a little bit better. He usually counterpicks Stadium, but we think that FD is better long term because I think it's the best stage. So
I think so too.
He's going to try it out.
But if you're saying he works better with room, and Dreamland was an option, do you still think we should be going Dreamland though?
Well, he'd start Battlefield, right?
He could have, yeah. But I mean, is that the kind of room that you're looking forward to?
Maybe. I mean, like I don't know. He typically doesn't do that good on Fountain against the Puffs. So relative to how he does versus like the other Puffs that he practice. He also doesn't rip up smash that much. There we go. Yeah. And so we talked about that. We talked about that. We were like, dude, rip up smash. Like you gotta threaten.
Sometimes you gotta let it fly.
Yeah, it's not always about actually landing the move, but to show your opponent that you're willing to do it, to put the threat up so they have something to worry about.
Yeah, you hit it 1 or 2 times, and against a top player, they're gonna remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing I think a lot of players could learn to understand about this game is that things don't need to work. That's not the point of certain approaches. It's literally you don't open up your opponent unless you give them a lot of stuff to worry about. And you only do that by, giving them different angles of attack.
Yeah, totally.
And then they start messing up.
I'll play people on netplay where they only tech in place. Yeah, tech in place is hard to react to.
It's a good option, right?
It's hard to react to, but after the 12th second place, I'm not reacting anymore.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about other things.
That's right.
Yeah.
Makes your job easier.
Hugo, I feel like what you're talking about is exactly what sometimes I'm trying to get at with Hungrybox and how the momentum shifts. Like I almost feel like he gives Foxes certain things. It's not representing his offense. It's lulling you into this sense that like you can hit Puff, like you get the matchup, you feel confident, you feel grounded. And then he pulls out the rug.
Yeah.
Yep. He pulls out the rug, and then you start questioning the fundamentals of reality.
Oh, that was good.
That's how it all.
Yeah, it's whatever I want it to be.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish I knew how he did that.
It's the Dr. Strange.
Right?
I just have a feeling that he's doing it just because look, man, we've been watching Hungrybox for a long. I've been watching Hungrybox for a long time, trying to figure out like why is this fool so different?
Yeah.
From like every other pup I've ever seen in my entire life.
I think you're onto something. I talk about it with Nunn and Hungrybox. I think they're both two of the most clutch players.
Yeah, Nunn is also pretty. He does some weird stuff psychologically.
They bring you into their world. They kind of they forfeit a lot of the early stuff, not on purpose, but they're kind of giving you information, and they're They're giving you a facade.
They're feeding you some disinformation.
And they start seeing how you react to all of this, and meanwhile, they're gathering information on you.
That was a good sign.
And in the end, they could start, like, you're in their room now. You're in their room
What are you talking about?
They've altered your mind
Are we talking about
reality.
Hbox? We talking about, like,
Hbox.
Mark Zuckerberg.
I wanted to. That was really good.
Metaverse?
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
We talked about another thing. Puff is so much worse against Fox when she's facing you. Like, it's ridiculous. When her eyes are towards you, it's so bad. And so, like, that's when you want to rush down, and you really want to rush down. So we talked about that. You gotta hit those techs.
Yeah. That was the 2017 SFAX layer. Every single close set, with and all the Foxes at that level was that exact up air tech trap on platforms. That was the thing that the Foxes only do.
But he always does the up air, so it doesn't feel like a tech trap. He always does the up air. Like, it's a mix-up, but he always does
It's almost more like a chump check for him.
Yeah.
Not saying Tyler's a chump.
But chump checks go a long way.
They go a long way.
Chump check the best of the best. Yeah.
Sometimes people be chumping at random moments. They ain't chumps,
yeah,
but
just
they be
like,
chumping.
you know, that's
like
why I
the
was saying
vegan
you
thing.
could do vegan without being vegan. You can do chump without being chump.
Yeah.
What? I need to.
If you fall for a chump check, it just means that in that moment you were a
that
chump.
moment
It
you
doesn't
were a
mean
chump.
you're
I
a
thought
chump.
the fat part.
He was saying you could make
You can do
80% of your
vegan and not be
meals
vegan.
What does that mean?
You can eat vegan sometimes.
That means, you're vegan sometimes. Basically,
You don't gotta change your whole life around.
You know
but
what,
you can eat a lot more.
Oh, okay.
Right.
you know what I'm starting to think, though? Did you see that Mango tweet after he lost?
No.
He said that SFAT's a fraud. He eats in and out in the middle of the night when no one's looking. It's actually a true story. But I think maybe SFAT was covering himself by saying, you don't have to be 100% vegan. You could be 80%.
There's so many ninjutsus everywhere now.
Wow, there's
SFAT's created his own reality.
Yeah, he's junjitsuing all of us.
This is a hard stage.
I wouldn't even worry. I would expect it's fine.
Yeah. When you lose your lead, especially, I told him that if he gets a lead on this stage, he really needs to push it, but he got up air rescue.
Yeah, that's a tough way to start the match.
Yeah. It's a very tough way to start, especially with Hbox. He's so good at pushing leads. It's just like making you feel uncomfortable. And I swear, like every set that anybody wins ever at the top level, the person who lost felt uncomfortable in like a specific situation.
Right.
It's just. Yeah, Hbox doesn't RTC rest, so you kind of get out of stuff for free.
Yeah. Unless he gets the read.
Yeah.
If he's going for it,
Yeah, he doesn't react.
He just doesn't do it.
What's the RTC rest?
Reaction check.
Okay.
Thanks for asking. For the people at home who don't know.
That's what it was for.
Yeah, that's for you. You knew.
It's for the people.
I actually think we're up till today.
You know that there's people where this is the first tournament. I know that you're there. New Melee viewership. I know you're watching right now. We're happy that you're in our reality.
Sometimes I have a similar thought to where, Puff shouldn't be facing forward against Fox, where sometimes I feel like, you're doing these nairs against Hbox, but I feel like Bear would be a better hitbox for Fox, too, in a similar fashion. Where you get under him, and I actually feel like sometimes it's better to, like, turn your back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
Totally.
Poke with Rising Bear.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Especially ironically, when she's facing you, like back air just beats everything.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh wow. He was practicing his single hits, but he didn't quite get that.
Percent specific, all this stuff, DI specific. Oh, whoa. Crazy. Oh my goodness.
That's enough.
We're gonna see him go for a lot of drill at that later percents because you can get like drill into jab, back air, drill and grab, and nair. There's a billion things you can get. Drill's really good.
Yeah, drill, grab, drill, up tilt.
Oh, I was getting off that one.
Yeah, right there, turning the back. You can threaten up tilt or bear. Pretty strong.
Yeah. See, you see how he got under, like slightly under, we're in the like underside platform, and it was like you get into this little shield fight, and like when you're scrambling, Fox usually wins. Puff can kind of get rewarded for the scramble side of it. So.
How much did you guys talk about pound?
A lot, because Hbox, as soon as 10% hits, he will like rock it with pound, like he rips it like from across the stage.
Yeah.
I think y'all have had to have seen that clip of Zane just like calling out exactly the section. Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's actually interesting. This last stock I've been looking for it, and Hbox has been holding back on it, and I wonder if he's trying to make Tyler forget that it's an option until the moment he needs it.
He's doing something.
Careful.
Oh,
Wow.
I love the little wave dash forward to bait, and then wave dashes back and then catches the roll in.
Yeah, you can't roll in there. You gotta train yourself to like regular get up or tuck away.
You gotta really fight the urge.
Yeah.
Every cell in your body's telling you, just roll it, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, because you want to survive.
You want to get into center stage too.
Yep.
You know? You don't want to be in the corner.
And then he throws in the little bait too. It makes it harder to avoid.
Hungrybox so tough with the lead.
Yeah.
The way he played the neutral.
Whoa. Found very far from where Tyler was.
Oh, I respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would look like it could have hit.
It was a bit scary.
Oh, smash. Careful.
Saw the jab.
Yeah.
Thought it was a good time to up smash out of shield.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
Oh,
Hungrybox
just
is
close
sick,
that out.
actually.
Yeah, he's so good. It's really hard. It's really hard to just beat Hbox.
Yes.
You know?
Totally.
Yeah, no.
Totally.
And like, I mean, it goes to show. I mean, like, he took a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is just day one. You know, like you're a new competitor. This is your first time at Summit. Like, Cody did crazier. You know, off of losing that much. So I'll leave it up to Hbox to talk a little bit.
Yeah.
Thanks again,
Thanks
Justice.
for joining
Hanging
us.
out.
Yeah.
Where'd your head at, yo?
I love that guy. Yeah, that was like a double box Fox gauntlet, and you have to like play them pretty different from like an analog Fox, only because they can do a lot of like really precise movements that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. And those are like two of the best online doing it. So like I knew for a fact that like, you know, it was like playing next to a typewriter pretty much the whole time. That's what I heard like, or like a popcorn machine. But you know, once they sort of get tired of going back and forth with their fingers and alternating, they're gonna budge eventually. And against Tyler Swift, I just try to find that little opening, right? It's not always about like them waiting for them to like go into your bubble, shall I say? It's more it's more so like playing the tangent of where that's going to be, and then eventually they're going to be a little afraid because like, oh, there's a chance he might come towards me, and that's when you want to execute. So started this up really strong. Nearly had the FD game. I think I just got a little impatient, and then Dreamland went really well. And the last game, I just pretended he was Aklo, and you know the same thing as before, where you just don't want to budge, you don't want to be that guy insinuating. And so I found a good up smash out of shield, and then found eventually the last kill. He got a little good with the up smashes, and yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, that was really good.
Break the ankle. But yeah, I got an edge guard here, and then he went a little high, up air into rest, and so
Yeah, like that setup.
he punished off that. So I'm really just relieved to have played. I was kind of worried about my pool because it was all box foxes, but and you know obviously Cody tomorrow, but I think right now guaranteed at least second is good so far. Right, we're still warming up, and Crunch and I are still working on stuff.
Totally.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And you'll have the whole day now for IBDW tomorrow.
Yeah. Watch some sick melee now, maybe stream. So
Cool.
So far so good.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Wow.
Congrats, Hbox. Holding it down.
Oh, you playing Mafia tonight?
I will.
be
Yes.
there. I'll be
Yes.
there.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And also, I think Chillin said he wanted to play. Yeah, we're going to have a party. For Mafia party tonight. Yeah, we'll probably get Mango tonight. Birthday Mango.
Oh.
Birthday
Actually,
game.
I don't know if we're going to get Birthday Mango. If I play Mafia tonight. That's
yeah.
Maybe I spoke too soon.
See what happens.
We'll see what happens.
See what happens. You know, I remarked on, you know, the lack of Hbox going for that pound in those moments where I was sort of looking for it. I mean, I wonder if that was now, hearing what he said, I wonder if that was his game plan versus box foxes specifically.
Yeah.
Knowing that they
It could
play
be a
little
different
bit
approach to him.
Yeah.
Knowing that they're going to nail some tech too
And
more
they're going to
consistently.
be, right, and they're going to play conservative in these spots.
He mentioned the dash dancing thing. Do you think that's a lot more tiring than the
I don't think he was saying. I was thinking about that too.
Yeah,
first
It's not tiring. I think it's actually
mental than
easier
physical.
to just do this. And
Oh, is it?
so
Okay.
I think what he was saying is like they're mental tiring, you know,
Okay.
because you can dash dance all day, but eventually you get bored of it. I think
Okay.
that's what he was saying.
Okay.
Like wait for them to budge. And so maybe that's also kind of with the pound, you know, if he's expecting them to be a little bit more calm and patient while dash dancing, like you can't predict when they're going to come in so
Right.
much. You just have to wait for them to get bored,
Yeah, yeah.
which is exactly how you train dogs, by the way. You got to waiting for them to get bored is super important.
So are you saying Hungrybox is
Hungrybox trained Tyler Swift like a dog? Yes. That's actually what I said. Not conscious of it until you pointed it out.
He says all these players are dogs. Damn.
I'm telling you, man.
That's Caden Foxes.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
heard
yeah,
the
he
best
was
Caden
looking
Foxes
good.
Joe, he's doing it.
Yeah.
So
Hungrybox looks down on
Scientific
us all
fact.
as though we're lesser creatures.
so we're gonna have that match tomorrow. IBDW versus Hungrybox, very exciting one. Before we get into our next group, we're going to go to another break. See y'all soon.